Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 5 is upon us, which means the 7-episode series is rapidly reaching its climax. Last week we saw one of the biggest battle scenes in the show's history, and the upcoming episode will see the fallout from that. There's also that massive army of the dead still to think about. So what can we expect to see in this week? Warning contains spoilers for those who have not seen Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 4. Join us at Image HBO. Cersei doesn't look happy to find out her army is toast. Image HBO. When is Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 5 on? The hit show will be broadcast on Sky Atlantic at 2 a.m. UK time on Monday the 14th of August 2017, simulcast with the US broadcast on HBO 9 p.m. Eastern time on 13th. The show is also repeated for UK audiences later in the day at the more friendly time of 9 p.m. UK audiences can also watch the new series on Now TV. Tyrion surveys the battle scene. Image HBO. Jon and Dany have a heart-to-heart. Image HBO. What will happen in the episode? We don't have a whole lot to go on, except the preview video and pictures you can see here. Following on from last week's astonishing battle scene, the Lannister army has been pretty much burned to a crisp, and Dany seems to be offering them terms. Join her forces, or die. Pretty simple terms to offer your defeated foe when you're stood in front of a dragon the size of a 747. How Tyrion will take this is another matter. His brother was last seen falling into a river to escape getting toasted, and he doesn't seem overly chuffed to see his family's army reduced to ashes. It also seems that Dany is doing something that Tyrion and Varys think is unwise, as the spider tells him you have to find a way to make her listen. Maybe Jaime was captured and faces a troubling fate. Or perhaps Dany is starting to go full Mad Queen on everyone. Jon takes a rambling stroll on the cliffs. Image HBO. Hello darkness, my old friend. Image HBO. When they get back to Dragonstone, it looks like Jon has heard off his psychic brother Bran, who has seen the Night King marching on Eastwatch, a castle at the very edge of the wall. If he overruns the garrison there, it looks like it could be curtains for anyone in the Seven Kingdoms, dragons or no dragons. Bad things are coming, the trailer tells us. That has to mean exciting battles ahead before the end of the series. What happened last week? Season 7 Episode 4 spoilers ahead. You can read our full review here, but in a nutshell, Jaime and Bronn send the gold they recover from the defeated Tyrells at Highgarden back to King's Landing to pay the Crown's debts to the Iron Bank. They also start taking all the stores and crops to help with the upcoming winter and/or siege that they'll have to deal with. Cersei tells the Iron Bank manager Tycho Nestoris that SHES hiring the Golden Company sellswords to try and take back the Seven Kingdoms. Up at Winterfell, Arya gets back for a Stark family reunion with Sansa and Bran. There's a bit of tension between the two sisters, and Bran manages to weird everyone out with his psychic talk. Littlefinger tries to curry favor with Bran by giving him the knife that an assassin tried to kill him with in Season 1, but Bran ends up giving the blade to Arya. Arya trains with Brienne, in a kinda awesome duel scene. Last week's dragon fight was awesome. Image HBO. Daenerys and Jon share a romantic stroll through the caves of Dragonstone, and see some carvings on the wall that show the first men and children of the forest once joined forces to fight the White Walkers. Dany demands he pledge his allegiance to her. HES not convinced. Dany finds out that her unsullied army is trapped at Casterly Rock, and gets a bit annoyed and disappears. Theon shows up at Dragonstone and just about avoids getting beat up by Jon. The episode ends with an awesome 15-minute battle scene as Daenerys takes out her fiery vengeance on the Lannister army. Riding Drogon the dragon, and with several thousand Dothraki riders at her back, she burns, maims and generally slaughters most of Jaime's army. Bronn manages to fire Qyburn's giant crossbow O'Doom at Drogon, injuring the beast. Jaime tries a foolhardy charge on Dany after she lands, as Tyrion looks on and calls him a FKing idiot. Pretty accurate description. Luckily Bronn just about manages to knock him away before the dragon burns his horse to a crisp. EP1 review, EP2 review, EP3 review, EP4 review. Sam is back for more book learning. Joy. Image HBO. Tyrion and Varys share their concerns. Image HBO. What else did we learn from Game of Thrones this week? Thousands of GOT fanatics have painstakingly recreated the fantasy world of Westeros using Minecraft. A video of the model, entitled Westeroscraft, includes some of the most iconic settings in the HBO hit show that have been built using the game. Featured areas include King's Landing, High Hermitage, Misty Isle, Castamere and Old Stones in the latest glimpse into the virtual world where the first brick was laid in 2011.